Last week, we talked about Christians who actually mock other people. What? In the process, we discovered a phenomenon so off-putting, so malevolent, so gross, that we just couldn't let him off the hook. Brad Stein. His comedy is lazy. He promotes crass, stupid misrepresentations of atheists. He took our ad revenue last week. Overall, I don't like him. But don't take my word for it. Let me tell you what other people are saying about this drunk conservative uncle pressed into the shape of a sweaty lounge lizard. The New Yorker calls him God's comic, which means God's sense of humor must be complete ass. Amazon says Brad Stein's comedy is sweeping the nation and his popularity is booming. So, one more sign that we're all doomed, apparently. Fishflix.com says, laugh out loud with Brad Stein's unashamedly not politically correct ideas about our world. If you're some kind of coked-up hyena. Sadanza called him totally insufferable. And I'd add that if I were in a sinking boat with him, Osama bin Laden, and Ted Bundy and we had 4 life jackets, I'd throw one of the jackets out into the water so that... What, too much? Very well. This is a very special extended Brad Stein-focused edition of Zadanza.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another great, fantastic episode of Zadanza. I'm objectively Dan. I'm the Dan in the Zadanza, and that's Prophet Azad, the Zod in the Zadanza. I was not ready for that intro. Zod gave me 2 choices. He said, do you want to review this before I make this, or do you want to just watch it live? And I said, we'll do it live, baby, and that was the right decision. That was really good. Good job, Zod.
Thank
Zod,
you.
how are you doing this fine Thursday evening, 9 o'clock Central Time?
I am nice.
Live every week.
I am nice and salty.
Yeah.
I am in an angry mood at somebody.
Who would that be? Who would that be, Zod?
Brad fucking Stein. By the way, we're not even monetizing this one, so we're just going to let it fly today.
Yep. Couple things tonight. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. You know, our previous video had been demonetized for some unnamed content reason. This one I went to check, and revenue sharing, we're getting 0. Brad Stein is getting it all because we had his stupid special in clips in our video. So, eat shit, Brad Stein.
Brad Stein, first of all, there's a little thing called transformative works, right? Which is what our work is. We turn that shit off because we don't want Brad Stein to make a single fucking cent of this content right here, baby. So tonight, to celebrate, we are not only going to talk about Brad Stein, but we won't have any ads at all. So enjoy, folks at home who don't have YouTube Premium. No ads tonight. And on top of that, we're extending this baby to 2 hours at least, just so we can talk about Brad Stein and what an amazing person he is. Those of you asking, what about Super Chats? Super Chats are totally okay. Cher's asking, what? Doesn't that fall under fair use? It sure does, but that doesn't matter to Brad Stein, apparently. So, fuck Brad Stein. Fuck his publishing company who claimed the video, and fuck him. Again, I have a lot of things to say, actually, because Brad, I think after doing this bit of research this week, you're probably watching this video because you're a petty, vindictive motherfucker. So let me tell it to you straight. I hate your guts, but not for the reasons you think. It's not because I'm a leftist or even because I'm an atheist. I think it's because out of every Christian I knew growing up, you represent the worst ones of them. You're hateful, you're mean, the things you say are so damaging to people, you don't even realize it. And that's the worst part. You are so fucking privileged. You've got to travel this fucking country and talk to people all over the world to spread the message of the one true God that apparently loves us all. And you fucked it up so bad. You've been given the gift of life by the creator of the universe. And this is how you repay him with the shittiest fucking comedy I've ever seen in my fucking life. Holy goddamn fuck. At least if you're a Christian, you should be nice about it. But no, you're the fucking shitty kind too. So fuck you, Brad Stein. I hope you're watching this, because the 2 hours that we're about to do in roasting you is nothing compared to the lifetime of hate and misery and bigotry that you've promoted. So anyway, with that being said, let's get right to it. How's that?
Yeah. We just need, I really want to make sure that over the course of this video, 2 hours sounds like a lot, but it goes by fast.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that people understand how we feel. And in that regard, I think we are off to an okay start.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't know who you were a week ago, Brad. This guy over here had to tell me who you were, because I wasn't really cognizant enough back then. But it turns out I could have watched your stuff and understood you the exact amount as I did when I was a small child, because I think your humor lands about the same. In other words, it's not the most intellectual thing in the world. And I'm happy to demonstrate that to you tonight, folks at home, because you're probably wondering, how bad could this guy be? And boy howdy, we'll show you how bad this guy can really be. Before we keep going, we do have a super chat right off the bat. Thank you to Left-Handed Jedi, who said, let's start this off. Leisure Suit Larry sucks. Leisure Suit Larry at least is charming. Brad doesn't even have that on Larry, but regardless. Oh, and another super chat from Andrew Sword, $6.66, saying, happy late VE Day. LOL, the Nazis lost, because fuck it, we don't have to worry about ads on this one. How much do you usually make in ads? I don't think we can technically say, but we don't make, look at our view count. It's not paying, it's not our living, okay? This, like we always said, like we want this project to be something fun, which is why, like, we don't spend a lot of time, like, posting about it on social media and stuff, because, like, all that stuff's, like, just extra work that neither of us are as invested in. So, like, we definitely appreciate it when you guys donate, and, like, we're absolutely willing to just turn ads off tonight for shit like this, because fuck Brad Stein, that's why. So
yeah, we like to get ads, but it's like, we could cover our expenses, maybe each get a cup of coffee with our ad revenue.
Yeah.
So it's not a huge deal. We're not really,
yeah,
we're not that charged up about the money part
No.
of this or anything.
No, we both have regular jobs outside of this, so don't think we're not going to, like, eat tonight because of no ads, okay? But thank you.
Profit is odd is what makes me filthy rich.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Zod's a rich motherfucker. I don't make any real money off any of the stuff I do online. And Scuzzbopper also, 499, saying, fight the Stein. Oh yeah, we're entering the Stein light zone tonight, as I like to call it. But yeah.
Yeah, Brad Stein was one of those ones, even when I was a Christian, I'd say even when I was never that conservative as an adult, but even at my most conservative, most devout as a Christian, I still could not stand this guy. Like you said, he's the ugly side, even by Christianity standards. I'm sure there has to be a lot of Christians who probably view him the same way I do and that I used to. He's just a very ugly person. Like, if there was an atheist or a leftist who talked about conservatives and Christians the way he talks about us, I would find that extremely off-putting and problematic, and I would not want to associate with that person.
Yeah.
Because it is partly about opinions. His opinions are part of what makes him suck.
Yeah.
But his personality and his disposition and his lack of humanity and the way he expresses it also makes him suck. And the way he pretends he's some kind of victim, which we'll get into that, makes him, like, quadruple suck. I don't know where I'm at in this sequence.
I get you. It's
that.
like, look, you and I, we're small fish. We're a small fish in a large sea of people who do stuff online, right? Brad Stein has more influence well, had more influence at one point, I guess, than we do. I don't know if he does now.
Yeah,
but like,
we're going to have to browse through his YouTube channel and take a look at his current influence today.
But like, he's gotten to travel, right? He's gotten to do shows. He's been on national television. Like, when you have a platform, you have to be cognizant of the things you say, even as a comedian, right? Like, comedians should be the most self-conscious about what you say, not just because you're trying to make it funny, but like, you're trying to craft your message to your audience. You think a lot about what you want to say, right? And every comedy bit you do, you have to rehearse and stuff. This guy is not making mistakes here when he's saying the things he's saying. I'm not going to say that, oh, well, it was just for the times or whatever. No, this dude is fucking hateful. Like, he is not good. No good vibes are coming from this man whatsoever. And he is ugly both inside and out. Like, there's just no redemption here. I cannot stand this guy. Like, it's the more I know about him, the more I hate him. To know him is to hate him at this point. It's really bad. But we do have another super chat here. LHRPG official, $5. Hey, Zod and Dan, hope you're having a great night. Which apologetic argument annoys you the most? Random segue there. I don't know, Zod, which one annoys you the most?
I don't know right offhand, and I don't know exactly, I don't want to stop and try to really, scour my memory for that, but I have a sound suspicion that we're going to accidentally trip over it at some point tonight.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Maybe we'll just see if that happens.
I don't know which one annoys me the most. I hear a lot of annoying ones, I guess.
Okay, sorry. Presuppositionalism.
Presuppositionalism is really annoying. It is really annoying. I think creationist arguments annoy me a lot. I know they don't have to necessarily point to God, but I guess the like, look at all the trees. How could this be, just an accident? Like, that kind of stuff I think is kind of stupid, in my opinion. But
or Pascal's wager, especially when it comes to
Pascal's wager. Yeah, that's up there. That's a top 5.
When they just think they mic dropped because they've obviously never talked to an atheist or even a Christian.
They've never read a book about philosophy or anything. Like, yeah, for sure. But look, Zod, we got a lot of content. We got a lot of Stein to go through. Yes. So let's just dive right in, huh?
Yeah. So let's first just let's pretend somebody in this show had never seen Brad Stein or heard of him. Basically, we saw him in a comedy act last week, and he was, we got some dirty language here. Heck, Real Brad Stein.
Thank you, Real Pumpkin J, for the $1.99 to say hashtag Heck Brad Stein.
Let's try to. We're not monetized. Let's try to keep the language under control tonight, okay, guys?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
No words like heck or darn tootin'.
No heck or darn tootin'. Absolutely not.
So anyway, what I was first exposed to was, even as a Christian, I had seen him doing this weird, angry comedy where he's like shitting all over atheists and basically anybody who's to the right or to the left of straight on Nazis. And he has basically this whole weird set of old man grievances. We could do like a whole day's live stream just going over his comedy and nitpicking it, but we don't really have time for that, and it tends to get you flagged. So we're not going to dig in too much into that. But essentially, the long and the short of it is, he was basically a nothing comedian from the late 80s through all the 90s. Suddenly, 1999, he does this show, and we're going to let him describe it here. This show is kind of the focal point of his career. So over the course of this, we're going to respond to his stuff and basically take a giant shit on him for the stuff that he does, but we're also going to kind of let a narrative unfold. So this is him describing the turning point of his career where he supposedly, took a dive and came out as a Christian and made enemies of everyone in Hollywood. Before we get into it,
Andrew, so
every time we say fuck Stein, take a shot.
Yeah,
I don't want to be responsible for your alcohol poisoning. Your drinking is your decision.
I forgot to get a drink before we got things started here, and I might just get up and go do it in the middle of this. We'll see, because like I said, like I don't think I'm being too hyperbolic in my description of how nasty this dude is. I don't like him. It's one thing if we talk about some rando on YouTube or whatever, right? Or just some person living their life and having a dumb take. That's a dime a dozen. This dude's made a career off of this. Like, he has... Somehow people find him funny, which is absurd. But more than that, as we get into the politics and stuff, there's definitely people that have formed their political opinions because of this guy. Which might be even more absurd, but we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Let's go. So let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Now this is current Brad Stine introducing his 1999 comedy act when he re-releases it on YouTube. So.
Do you remember when Prince came up with the song, "I'm Gonna Party Like It's 1999? Well, guess what? This special that no one has seen but just a handful of people in California was done New Year's Eve, 1999 to 2000. This precedes Rebel Without a Curse. This is like a bootleg. This is something very few, if anybody, has ever seen. The original starting of my career, where I say I'm a Christian conservative, destroyed my career in the mainstream, but said there's Americans that want somebody to stand for their point of view. I've talked about car phones and getting in wrecks. I talked about everything that was the 90s movie.
I'll just say this. First of all, you didn't have a fucking career, you fucking jackass. You toured. This motherfucker was on tour with a dude with a Wikipedia article that doesn't even have a picture on it. Okay? That's the level we're talking about before this career change of his. Okay? It's not like he had a lot to lose, is what I'm saying. It's not like, the stakes were real high before he came out and said, I believe in God like 70% of other fucking Americans. Oh, geez, Brad. Wow, you brave soldier of light and wisdom. God, I fucking hate you. Anyway, Fern Love Band giving $2 saying, aren't we discussing Mary Shelley's Fuck Brad Stein? Or are we also, aren't we discussing Mary Shelley's Fuck Brad Stein? Which I...
Oh, you have to say it like this. We're discussing Mary Shelley's Fuck Bad Stein.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Like Frankenstein.
It's like Frankenstein. I get... Oh, thank you, my love. Thank you. My beautiful fiance has provided me with sustenance for tonight's stream. I'm gonna marry that woman, and that's really awesome. Thanks, babe. Cool. Now we're ready to fucking go, right? All right. Zod, any thoughts so far?
This is just the most obviously performative victim signaling in the world. Like, this guy did not come out as a Christian conservative and ruin his career. Basically, he found a niche and he filled it. Like, he was a completely unknown semi-failure of a traveling comedian. I don't know if he did this deliberately, but somehow doing this launched him. And I think somewhere deep down, he knew it. Like, he's playing to a crowd.
Yeah.
We're not going to show the comedy act he's talking about here. This is part of I clipped these out of like an hour plus long comedy act, and this is just him talking about it.
Yep.
But every time he says, and I'm not going to hide it anymore. I'm a Christian and I don't care what the left and the crowd just cheers. Like, he's playing to a crowd and he's building an audience with this. So you all know this, but don't take this bullshit where he tries to act like he ruined his career based on principle.
Yep.
Only other thing I have to say is look at his setup and listen to how he sounds.
Yeah.
He has, I think, 2 Shure SM7Bs like right next to him, not pointing at him.
I'm so glad you brought this up because what is the setup here, bro? What's happening? This isn't 2007, my man. Like, we've all got USB microphones. We know you make a podcast. You have a weekly podcast. How the fuck do you not know how to operate one mic, let alone 2? God damn it. What the fuck is this? What is I don't know. I think it's the camera mic too, that's picking up. It's ridiculous. Anyway.
Yeah, is he trying to use those and he just didn't put it close enough to him? Or what I suspect more likely is that's set up for a 2-person podcast, and right now he didn't even bother miking himself, which is just like incredibly lazy.
Yeah.
Just turn the stupid thing on and mic yourself for this audio. You're expecting people to watch this.
Yeah. Why would you not do that? Why would you just use the camera audio? Because he's a lazy piece of shit and doesn't want to edit it and just wants to get the clip? That's probably what it is. Oh my God.
I'm not sitting here talking to you guys into my laptop
Yeah.
microphone. Like, this is stupid. Anyway,
It's one thing if you don't have the option. The mics are right there. Like,
yeah,
it's stupid.
Flip a switch and bring it up to your mouth.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going.
Thousands that became prescient.
Bro, he got the animation.
Where
he
America
bought
was
that
going.
shit too. You know
so
he
sit
did.
back, relax, and enjoy never before seen film of the original Rebel Without a Curse that started my career. Nobody's seen it till now. Enjoy.
Why'd he film did he pay someone to film that? That was a moving camera. Did you notice that?
I don't know.
He doesn't have a fucking webcam.
But he's not even getting his own story straight.
No.
Like, he's saying that he came out and ruined his career, but at the same time, he's acknowledging that this launched his career. Like,
no, he was on tour before this with another, like
Yeah.
That's a big, if you're a comedian and you're on tour, even if he was the opening act, he wasn't the main deal, but that's a big deal. That's a step up in your career.
Yeah.
That means you're doing relatively well, I'd say. I mean, he also did like magic acts and shit, apparently. I haven't found video of that. Have you found any video of the magic he used to do? I bet it was
no,
trash.
they said he did they say he did magic acts and stunts both, and then after this he quit it and just
He's
started
like,
doing
here,
comedy.
let me pull a bad joke out of my ass. Oops, that's the entire fucking show, right? Anyway. Thanks.
Fern Love Bonds. Go ahead, read it.
No, yeah, Fern Love Band, $5. These headphones are kind of cheap, so I hope the Bluetooth signal makes it all the way to the restroom while I take a friend. Stein. Oh man, that's so funny. We're not even getting to the shitty parts yet. Like we're at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
All right, let's try to hurry through this.
Yeah.
Dan, why don't you play this one?
Okay.
I gotta go get myself a beer too to make it through.
Yes!
So I'll be right back.
It's happening, folks. It's happening. I love it. All right. Did he say I could keep playing? I think he did. I'm going to play it.
Hey folks, it's God's coming, Brad Stein. I know I'm ruining your enjoyment of this special that no one's ever seen before. I need you to do me a favor. My career.
Did you say not play it? I couldn't hear him, chat. What did he say? I don't know I think he said say hit play. I couldn't hear him. What did he say? This is great for the folks that are just listening to audio right now and don't know. Okay, I think you're right. I think he did say keep playing it. I'm going to go keep playing it.
Change when I decided to be a conservative and a Christian, but guess what? It also opened up doors I never thought were possible. If you can help me, here's how. Subscribe and like right now and share this YouTube video with everybody you know. But I need your subscriptions. We're going to build this up into something where I can continue to make this type of content, standing up for God and country and turn down political correctness because I want to watch it die in my lifetime. And what makes me unique, what makes me one of a kind. So please subscribe right now. And if you do, I'll let you get back to the show. Hey, it's free.
This man said, I'm the only comedian that has conservative takes. That's what makes me unique. He also said, yeah, I thought this was going to ruin my career, but it opened up doors for me. Because, yeah, of course it fucking did, you jackass. Like, yeah.
That was the whole point. I'm sorry.
It's so stupid. Man. He's like, yeah, let's come build this thing up in the twilight of my career. Come on, we can still make that YouTube ad money, baby. I'm just going to repost my old clips. Come on. I need to retire.
He's literally, not only does he open this thing up by telling this stupid story, this stupid story about how he came out and ruined his career on principle, even though he's launching it.
Yeah.
He then comes into the middle of it and starts hawking likes and subscribes and stuff. Like, this is the most Bush League shit in the world.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, we kind of do that, but we're not famous national comedians trying to jumpstart a YouTube thing.
No,
and it just comes off as pathetic.
I'm going to give you a little secret.
Also, he uses the word politically correct. What kind of ancient boomer still complains about That's like
right.
90s.
He's like, that's my thing. Let's take talking about political correctness. Like, yeah, bud, the 90s were a wild time. Making kids wear helmets while they ride bikes. Crazy stuff, dude. Yeah, no, this guy is okay. We got a long email one time from somebody who criticized my use of the word boomer, and it was a very well written and I would say argued email. But the missed point of that is that boomer is not a generational descriptor. It is a mindset. Okay, you could be 80 years old and not be a boomer. All right, like there's plenty of people that aren't. It's the mentality. This dude is absolutely peak boomer mentality for sure, and I will die on that hill. Absolutely, especially when we get to his later stuff. But yeah, and here's another thing too. Unless you're some of those YouTubers who really like money and really like, doing the thing, most of us don't like saying please like and subscribe. It's just that more people do it if you say it. It's just a fact, right? He's saying it because he's like, you can tell. He's like, yeah, come on, come on. I need your eyes. I need it on the channel.
Yeah. While we're on this, let's let's look at his YouTube channel here.
Let's do it. Before we do, Fern Lovebird, another $2 said, ad, constipated Brad Stein has a new special. Damn. Fern is on one right now. That's crazy.
So this is Brad Stein has issues. This is the official Brad Stein. There's a channel called Brad Stein, but I don't know if that's just a fan thing. This is Brad Stein has issues.
God, imagine being sorry, Zod. Imagine being so into Brad Stein. You're the guy that made a fan channel, dude. Which he's just gonna, by the way, just take all the ad revenue from, because he'll just copyright claim it. Like, you're helping make Brad Stein money as a fan, dude. You're doing him a favor, dude. That is so funny. Fuck that. That's crazy.
Now, I do want to say one thing to be fair. I'll make no concessions to Brad Stein in terms of character and stuff like that. But that thing might have just been an auto claim. Like,
yeah.
Nobody, including from his organization, had to have manually touched anything.
No.
That might just manually be triggered by the YouTube bots. So who knows? It might just be set to scour YouTube and automatically claim stuff. So I doubt anybody actually looked at our channel and saw we're going to grab that money. We probably kind of contested it, and I just don't want to go through the trouble. But
no. Here's the problem with that. In case you guys aren't aware, hey, why don't you just turn it back? Why don't you contest it? Why don't you do it? Because it takes too long. By the time you go through that, most people have watched your video already. So it doesn't even matter. So that's why claims like that are really detrimental to people who actually make their living off of doing this kind of content. But anyway.
And a lot of times trying to fight the claim can end up getting you more trouble than you're worth, unless it's really an amount of money that you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Bro,
just
oh my God, shut up. Wait, go back. Zod, go back to that video on the right. Bro, he got the portrait mode. Let's go. He's got the portrait mode hike. That's boomer. Peak boomer. I'm telling you.
That's what all these are.
Yeah.
So Brad Stein has issues, has 34,000 subscribers. This big former God's comic, this big guy who's done all these interviews with Sean Hannity. He's traveled the nation. He's done comic shows. He has 34,000 subscribers. His daily Brad videos get 100 to 150 views.
Yeah.
He has this podcast which we'll get into. Brad Stein has issues podcast, the whole other can of worms, but these get maybe a couple thousand views. So nobody's watching this guy's garbage. It's trash, and it's sad, and it's pathetic. But I also love the fact that he's sitting here playing his old specials to try to gin up views, and cutting in halfway through to be like, "Hey guys, let's really build up this channel. Like and subscribe.
Let's build it up. Come on, guys. Come on. A conservative revolution is on the rise. I know I'm the only conservative former comedian turned conservative commentator. It's really rare. There's nobody else like me out in the world. But we can do it. We can do it. Yeah.
He might not know it because he's literally too lazy to know that he should be saying woke and snowflake and stuff. He's still using political correctness from when I was in college.
Yeah. I saw one of his videos where he was like a wannabe Ben Shapiro. Although he might not like Ben Shapiro because he's Jewish. Spoiler alert. We'll get to that. But anyway, let's see what Brad has to say. Let's listen to some of Brad's takes, huh?
So there's an order to this. So his thing went comedy. I want to do acting after that.
Okay.
But where do you want to fit Sean Hannity in? Do you want to do Sean Hannity?
We can do so. There's a lot of stuff in that Sean Hannity. This man was featured. He was interviewed by Sean fucking Hannity. What do you mean your career is over on Fox Television, the most watched news network in the country? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, no. There's this Hannity interview. I want to watch something. I want to watch some stuff, and then maybe we can read an interview. Can we do that?
Okay. Let's watch clips of him acting.
Yeah. Let's
so
do
Brad
that.
Stein. Brad Stein decided, got into movies and stuff, and people actually had him. I want to call back to a term Dan brought up last week. That's didactic trash,
Yeah.
which I think is a very fitting.
Yeah.
Basically, everything he says has some instructional purpose, whether it's just him shouting out across his lawn or howling at the moon or whatever, or giving some kind of lesson. Almost every segment of a movie he's in is didactic trash. So let's watch Brad Stein's acting chops. Look how douchey he is.
I know, but like, yeah, we got. I forgot. Yeah, fucking look at the goatee. This man, God, he chases all the trends, doesn't he? God damn. This Chris, was he like Chris? Wasn't this like what Chris Angel used to wear? Or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I don't know, dude. It's not good. It's not good.
It looks like it's Halloween and he's dressing as somebody on the registry.
He's dressed as the lead singer of Smash Mouth. What the fuck is going on here, dude? It's not a good look. Anyway.
Nice editing there, by the way. Cool.
Yeah.
I love her. She loves me, I think. Shouldn't that be enough?
Oh, Matt, my simple-minded little nephew.
Ah, that fucking sucks.
You think...
What the fuck was that? That was the best take? That was the best I haven't seen this clip. Zod hasn't shown me this clip. That was the best take? Holy shit, you did what? A half a day film on set? 8-hour a day set? That's the best? Holy fucking shit, dude. Oh my God, that's
and he
terrible.
even he's such a dick that he's even a dick in his movies. Oh, you simple mind.
He's like, it's like a really bad Matthew Perry almost, you know? Like oh God. That's terrible. That's terrible. Oh, is this whole clip like this?
We'll see.
Oh man,
I want to let you be surprised by everything.
Your Aunt Jerry and I love each other.
You don't?
Sure we do, most of the time. Love is like, I don't know, it's the result of fighting for a code. Let me tell you something, buddy. People nowadays, they fall in love, they get married, but then they fall out of love.
Okay, if you watched his comedy last week, his acting is just him doing the serious part from his comedy bit.
Yeah.
Like that, all the mannerisms are the same. He's just doing the serious part of his comedy.
Oh, this is terrible.
And by the way,
yeah.
sorry, we have a super chat. Lloydie, 200 yen. Thank you. Demonetization compensation.
Yes, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. All right, let's keep her going. You want to smash that play button, Zod?
Oh, yes.
Because most people give up before they even get to the good stuff. They don't even get there. And here's the secret. The good stuff? No. The great stuff. It's real. You can have the great stuff. But you can only get it by going through the bad stuff.
All right, this is trash. This is I've seen better shit on daytime television soap operas. He's sub-tier that. That's crazy.
This is him tapping into the incel
The
market.
incel market, the 2007 incel market, or whatever this movie came out. Yeah, for sure. Man, there's a whole clip of this. God, this is bad. This is terrible. Oh my God.
There's a few different parts. We can
You
just
got
sample and
different
we can,
movies.
you know.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great.
This isn't all this.
Oh wait, so this is his sizzle reel, huh?
Yeah.
This is his fucking sizzle reel? This man said, yeah, that shit where he said, yeah, show that to the casting director.
Have you ever seen?
It's awesome. Oh, this guy has no shame. God, he sucks, dude. Oh, that's terrible. I'd be so embarrassed. I would pull a Scientology. I would scrub that shit off the internet like they did with Tom Cruise. That's amazing. That's incredible.
At least he's playing to his strengths. Imagine if he tried to play a kind, empathetic character.
Yeah, it's true. He's still playing an asshole.
They probably wrote him as something else, and the director's like, "Come on, Brad, a little less douchey," and they're fine, just do your thing.
Oh man,
have you ever seen this movie? I think it's called Just Married or something like that, and it was Ashton Kutcher and Brittany somebody. I think she passed away.
I don't know. Ashton Kutcher's been in a lot of mid 2000s rom-coms. I probably saw it, maybe.
Yeah, he got married and he and his wife kept fighting and they thought it was over. And his dad gave this little speech about how, that stuff always happened. This reminds me of that, except that dad had this really warm, empathetic way about him. And you could tell he really cared. This is just like an angry comedian winding up and saying, just being heavily sarcastic and, like you said, didactic. And
yeah, you're right. It is just his comedy. It's just him telling stuff and thinking he's really deep when he's saying the most like shallow, dumb bullshit. Like obviously he didn't write it, right? Like some writer wrote it, but it fits his character somehow.
I think whoever wrote this pictured somebody saying it with a little bit of heart and a little bit of care. And
dude, how much you want to bet he like rewrote parts of it? He's like, hey, I think we should do the scene this way.
Oh yeah, he added the part. Oh, you simple-minded idiot.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay.
You naive moron.
Let's keep going.
All right, let's go.
Great stuff, Lives. It's called being a man, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to take manly advice from Brad fucking Stein.
Listen, I don't know what you're trying to prove here, but this here ain't gonna work.
He's trying to copy Matthew McConaughey now. That's crazy.
Maybe she'd spend a little less time with the homeless. A little more time
put on an accent?
at home.
Yeah.
Focusing on your son.
What a
was
fucker.
creepy.
What is that?
Sure.
Oh, no. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Stop, dude. Stop. What is this?
$2,000.
Bro, is this Brokeback Mountain?
I just wanted to see what you were made of, John.
Yeah, he did.
Go on, shake it. I won't snatch it away.
He did the... Yeah. Give
You're
the
the man.
old man a shake.
Dad. Yeah.
He did it again.
Here's
He
something
won't
we made
stop.
with the church.
Oh my god. What is this?
It's real nice, kid.
Stop doing
Real
that with
nasty.
your mouth, Brad. Oh, he think. Oh my god.
What's the problem,
Looks like he's trying to be Robert De Niro.
God.
These folks, they just need to take a few items off their order.
The problem with the items?
Yeah, we really don't need them.
I see.
Oh my
You realize
god.
you don't need them. Well, I'm gonna have to use my manager's code.
Okay, excuse me.
Putting in the manager's code.
Is this a cut scene from The Room? What the fuck is this?
You wouldn't mind if I make a phone call, do you? Quickly, little fibber. Boom!
I got your mug now. Gonna have to put that in my personal file. You see,
What is this
shoplifters aren't prosecuted here.
What?
Lend us a beer.
Bro, okay. What the? Okay. Somebody edited that. Like, somebody put those clips together. Those are multiple shots.
And then they kiss.
Who the fuck thought that was funny? Is there one person in the world who laughed out loud, who even like smirked at that? That's incredible. Wow, dude, he scammed somebody. They were like, "Oh, we need a comedian for this bit role in this movie. Oh, hey, we can get this guy Brad Stein on the cheap. Yeah, he's been on Hannity. Come on, get him. That's the holy fucking shit. That is bad. So this is like sad. That's
It is.
The worst part is he thinks he's good too. You can tell in his eyes. Like, he thinks he's like hot shit. That's so funny.
He went to acting school.
Yeah, he went to. Oh my god, dude, this is bad.
He can be two things. He's one of two things, like a just really obnoxious, condescending prick, or a creepy pervert who probably has bodies hidden under his floorboards.
What was the humor? What was the bit, Zod? Can you tell me what the bit was? It's just a guy being weird, right? Like. What was the funny part? I must have blinked and missed it. What happened, Zod?
He's making a classic mistake. Whenever a performer puts on like a big over-the-top character, like Keith Ledger's Joker or any of these other things.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that their big expressive things are what made them a good character.
Right.
But that was like their actual acting choices were all these little things that you don't really notice, but that's
right.
what makes the role work.
Like
Brad Stein is doing
yeah.
Brad Stein's doing the typical thing where he sees, oh, you make big eyes, and you're like,
yeah.
And he thinks that's the acting choices, or that's as nuanced as his performance is, and
yeah. He's trying to channel. That was Jim Carrey right there. He's just a copycat. He's just copying other people.
He's the creepy uncle that thinks he's the
cool uncle. Dude, it's so right. Dude, Zod described this man perfectly, where he's just every drunk uncle at every family get together when he talks about politics. And you were so on point for that, Zod. Props to you. But no, it's just bad. It's just terrible. It's not good. I would not look at that and be proud. I would be ashamed. But I don't think Brad has that capacity in him. But let's keep going. What is this? Time and Chance. Is this the Blu-ray? Can I get the collector's edition? Oh, what is this music, dude? What is this?
What is it with this town, right?
Oh, what's it?
I don't know.
Bro, he got the Owen Wilson haircut right now.
Progressive, right?
What is this?
I mean, maybe not the big city, but times have changed, right?
I thought so.
Mm-hmm. You'd think nobody never saw a mixed-race couple before.
I hear you.
What? I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, look at TV, right? It's got to be a black show or a white show. It's got to be Roseanne or Cosby. It's got to be Friends or Fresh Prince. They're not afraid to put the gay show on TV, but...
No!
Put the mixed race show on. No, sir. Nobody wants to push that in there.
No!
Oh, okay. What's this all about?
No!
I can't take it. I
Let
can't
it
take
go.
it.
Let it go. The light's green. Oh my God, are you okay?
What the fuck? Bro, what the fuck? There's literally better acting in porn. Dude, he wrote that last bit too. He wrote that. That was a little Brad Stein comedy classic right there. Cause cause he threw the line about the gays, dude. He had to be him. Oh God.
Jay Victor, never go full deranged. Thank you. I think you've crossed that bridge already.
Oh my God. That was terrible. That was so bad.
The last one was the worst. Like, I feel like that was him trying to be all progressive or something.
Yeah.
Like, look at me. I'm cool. I'm with a black person. And then, like, he gets that so wrong. Like, he's the typical misguided white liberal.
Yeah.
Yelling for his own satisfaction and making the black person he's with uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then he has to fit in
and be angry and
a
be
jab
stupid
against gay people while he's at it.
God,
like,
dude. Bro, that's
the typical regressive asshole trying to be cool with the blacks. Basically, that's the way I read that.
Yeah, dude, that's so funny. He like, you didn't just like watch all of his movies and pick the worst parts. You picked his fucking sizzle reel, dude. You picked the thing that is supposed to get him more jobs in acting, and that is what he put together. That writes itself. That couldn't have made the presentation of this any funnier. That is so awesome, dude. I can't. This guy. Oh man, I wasn't ready for that. That's cool. Maybe we can go to this transcript now, because Brad
Stein is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, Brad Stein is neat. Can you believe it's odd? Brad Stein's not a humble guy. Can you think about that for a second? Can you understand? It might be a little crazy, but he's not. And somehow, he got a bit on Sean Hannity of all people in 2004. Like, again, one of the most watched programs on television in history, period. And I don't know how he did it, but he did. And just getting it back on here. Is it?
So they say the more you know, the more you realize you don't know, right?
I think so. I think so.
He seems to think he knows a lot. So
yeah, I think I might have
transcript.
Yeah. So this is a transcript I found. I don't know who did this transcription work, but I guess it's from Fox News or whatever. From 2004, just so you know. It's 6 pages long. I think we can go through pretty much all of it. I think we can read this fairly quickly. And I just want to kind of read this to you, if that's cool with you, Zod, so you can get an idea.
Please do.
Okay. Body Gallagher says, it's the Labor Day edition of Hannity and Combs. I'm Mike Gallagher, sitting in tonight for Sean Hannity. He doesn't even get Hannity, by the way. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that man reached Hannity's status and he didn't even get to Hannity. This was Hannity's off night. Hannity was out, doing cocaine or something. Like, that's the level we're talking. Not even mainstream Hannity.
He didn't even get the actual host.
Yeah. Doesn't even get that far, dude.
By the way, do you know what Hannity and Combs is?
Yeah, it's their like little interview / opinion thing, right? Isn't it?
Yeah. Back in the day, Hannity, this was supposed to be like a mixed politics thing. Hannity was the right guy and Combs was the left guy.
Yeah,
argue back and forth. So there was at least the pretense back then of being actually fair.
Yeah,
and balanced. Anyway,
that doesn't happen in this. Okay, that's not what's gonna happen in this at all. So this is just real golden stuff right here. So oh man, I almost lost the tab here. Okay,
Sean was off doing cocaine and sexually harassing the waitress.
Yeah. Let's read this. Coming up, a local sex scandal goes from the tabloids to the voting booth. You don't want to miss this. We'll have the outrageous story. That's real. That's in this transcript. That's not a bit. That sounds like a thing that they did on Arrested Development or something. But like, that's real apparently. But right now, recently, Sean and Alan sat down with the stand-up comedian Brad Stein. Okay, so I buried the lead a bit. He does talk to Sean Hannity, but it's on the night where he's not fucking hosting the show, so it doesn't get nearly the amount of views, right? I mean, I imagine it wouldn't, but anyway. Okay, Combs, Stein, welcome. Good to have you both with us. Brad Stein, comedian. I'm loving it. Combs, doing stand-up now. People presume, having done stand-up myself, Stein, you had a huge career as a stand-up. I remember that. Combs, people think I'm doing comedy now conservatives think I'm doing comedy now between 9 and 10. Yeah, you sure fucking are. That still holds up today, which is awesome. Stein, you're right. Combs, you're stylistically very much like a lot of stand-ups. Stein, right, but shorter. I'm pygmy size. I guess.
Oh,
let's throw in the fucking pygmy people. Why not? What other group of minorities can you decide to offend? Brad Stein? Really cool if
he didn't. He didn't make that joke in the car with that date he hit in that movie.
No, he didn't. Isn't that funny? Combs, but you have a niche that nobody else is doing. Stein, tell me, I need my hook. Combs, no, I'm asking you. All right, that's a good. That's kind of funny. That's okay. But it's like corny funny. It's like that's bare minimum. That's like off night funny. But anyway, Stein. All right. Well, you know what? There's 3 things about me that makes me so unique. They just had a big New Yorker article about me. Combs, right. Stein, you remember when I was in Atlanta and I told you about that? Here's what happened. 3 things about me you've got to know. No, I am a conservative comedian, one of 2 known to exist in the Western Hemisphere. Wow. Great job, Brad. Wow, only 2 in the whole Western Hemisphere in 2004. Did you know this, Zod? Did you know this?
I did not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, I need another beer. Keep reading. I'll hear you the whole time, okay?
Okay, all right. Here we go. Combs, the other one being George W. Bush. Stein, no. George is much too good at being straight with his stuff. But I was in the middle of my routine. I love the George Bush reference just makes this so 2004. I don't know. It's this whole thing is just of its time. It's very funny in that regard. But this, I have to tell you, like, I don't read news transcripts not news transcripts. This is like opinion show bullshit. I don't read Fox opinion show bullshit transcripts, but I imagine this has got to be one of the funniest ones out there. Like, when I found this thing, I was dying. Like, there's so much good stuff in here. It's really good. Stein, no, George is much too good at being straight with his stuff, but I was in the middle of my routine. He's supposed to be the professional. Number 2, I am a Christian man. I am not ashamed of that. It's also the religion of my founding fathers. Oh, cool. Good for you, Brad. Wow. What a guy. So proud. Acting like it's so tough to be a Christian on Fox News and, in the comedy world. So fucking funny. And number 3, I believe the United States of America is the greatest country that has ever existed on the face of the earth. And because of those 3 beliefs, when I die, by act of Congress, I will be stuffed and mounted and sent to the Smithsonian and put in the "Why can't he get his own sitcom" display.
Oh my God.
He's so full of it. He thinks he's that guy, bro. It's so funny. Can't even talk to fucking Hannity, bro. He's talking about he's begging. He is begging for someone to give him a sitcom. He was like, I gotta throw in the line about the sitcom so somebody can put me on Arrested Development or Friends.
This guy was an absolute nothing.
Yeah.
Until he made a big deal out of being like Christian and conservative to carve out a niche audience.
Yeah. And somehow, again, believing the United States is the greatest country on earth in 2004. Yeah, that'll get you fucking hanged. Yeah, for sure, dude. It's so fucking funny. It's the best. I could not have written a better transcript. I couldn't have done it. If you give me a million years, I couldn't have done it. This thing is perfect in almost every line.
This is like somebody who's running for president, like saying that he's ruining his chances by saying he loves America.
Yeah, exactly. Combs.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, I know. Go fuck yourself, Brad Stein, you corny motherfucker. Combs, here's where, you were at a career crossroads. Stein, I was. Combs, and you prayed one day. Stein, I had a wife. No, I prayed many days, like I'm sure you do many times when you're faced with Sean. Combs, I'm praying right now. Stein, amen. Again, that's probably the funniest thing Brad Stein's ever said in his life right there. Like, that's like an okay joke, I think, in the moment, but
women are the ones who pray when they're faced with Sean, though, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. Andrew Sword, give another $2. Discount Rob Schneider, but Rob Alderson clearance. Oh my God. That's really funny. I don't know. I've laughed at Rob Schneider before, at least. I don't think I've ever not laughed at Brad because of he was funny anyway.
What does
yeah.
I had a wife, no, I prayed many days mean?
Yeah, well, because he's, it's a transcript, right? And they're having a live conversation. So he said, Combs said, and you prayed one day, and he was in the middle of saying something. I had a wife. No, I prayed many days.
Oh, gotcha.
Right?
Okay,
so that's what's happening
gotcha.
there. Combs, I'm praying now. Stein, amen. Okay. Combs, you had a moment, though. What happened? What was that particular prayer session like where your life changed that day? Stein, it did. It changed because I came to a place where I just felt like somehow I felt like I was out of touch with what was supposed to be my purpose in life. And I kind of said to God, I'll do whatever you want me to do. So that means making a fucking YouTube channel and getting all the ad revenue from all the atheist critics, I guess. I don't know. He's just a fucking cheesy bastard. Anyway. And I just said, okay, kind of do what you want me to do. And I actually took my family from Hollywood, California, which I thought was going to, I thought I was going to be a sitcom star and everything, which didn't happen, amazingly, for a conservative. And what are the odds that they didn't give me a shot? And then I grabbed my whole family and we moved to Tennessee and I just, bro, they gave Tim Allen, like, everything, man. Like, what do you mean? Like, so many shitty people have gotten shows. You just suck at your job, bro. Admit it. Like, oh,
that guy has seen reels of himself acting. Does he really think that that's going to carry a whole TV show?
Why didn't this get me an Emmy? Why didn't at least get a nomination? Yeah, this guy. He really thought he was being discriminated against because of his conservative beliefs, in the year 2000 or 1999 or whatever. Yeah, okay. So, Combs, you prayed and did God just say, you heard God? Stein, I did. Hannity, he's in Nashville, Alan. He's in Nashville. Stein, Nashville. Hannity, and God said go east? Stein, God was even going Nashville. He sent me there and I went. I packed up the family, headed. Combs, how did you know that's what God wanted you to do? Good question, Combs. Stein, well, I'm not saying God wanted me to go to Tennessee, but I knew that I had to do something different. So I went to a place where I knew there was going to be all these conservatives and there was going to be all these Christian people. There were going to be all these people who's never had a comic before and that does comedy like this. I said, I'm going to work for those guys. And suddenly Hollywood came knocking on my door. Yeah, okay. So he's like, yeah, California's not working for me. I'm going to go to Tennessee where nobody has ever done Christian conservative comedy before, in Tennessee, the virgin lands of Christian comedy. Amazing.
I don't know. I feel like he can't even get his story straight. Like, he's saying that being conservative and Christian ruined his chances, but then he says, I went to Tennessee and started leaning hard into my Christianity, and then suddenly Hollywood came knocking on my door. Exactly.
Yeah, like
as soon as you started pandering to people, you got opportunities.
Yeah, you got a fucking niche in your little, shitty comedy bit. So yeah, you actually go after Christians. Combs says you actually go after Christians in your act. Stein, I do. Combs, you talk about, for example, you kind of satirize the Christians that think Harry Potter is evil. Stein, I do. Combs, you mean he's not? So you satirize people like Sean? Stein, he's a horrible man, that Harry. Sean Hannity, what do you mean? It's 2004. Like Daniel Radcliffe's like 15. What are you talking about? What do you mean? What is happening here? Did you actually watch the movies? Dude, like, what's going on? But I think he might be referencing the bit about him making fun of Christians who make fun of Harry Potter. I guess I don't know what bit he's talking about, so maybe that's meant to be like in jest. He might be like doing a voice in that moment, but like that's just a stupid bit. Like, why would you say he's an evil man? Like, that's not why people don't like Harry Potter. It's not because they think, I don't know. It's bad satire. Like, he just doesn't understand what satire is, if that's what the bit is. Anyway.
Yeah, even when he goes after overly conservative Christians, he doesn't even know what he's making fun of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He says, Sean Hannity, co-host, I watched all the movies. I like Harry. Stein, the book burnings. I can't stand fanaticism. Hannity, what about John Kerry? Combs, what kind of reaction do you do, though, when you do this stuff in your act? I mean, you talk about this. You go up to those who think that. You play a song backwards for the lyrics. Stein, right, exactly. Combs, a lot of Christians take that seriously. Stein, they do take it seriously, and I think it's foolishness, and I just think that it's foolish. I don't believe that you have to check your mind at the door because you have a sincere religious belief. What the fuck have you been doing for 20 years, Stein? What the fuck is this?
You don't have to, but it doesn't mean you can't, obviously.
Yeah, that's the thing. He can't even pander right. That's what's sad about him. Like, he still has to make fun of, like, the only target audience left to buy his shit, apparently, is still not good enough for his comedy. I don't know. It's ridiculous. And I just feel they were burning books. You know, that's bizarre. I'm thinking, you know, you're supposed to make people want to come to church. And nothing makes people go through the church door like a good old-fashioned book burning. I think if Hitler tried it, you may want to go another direction. Just me. Okay. All right. That's cool of you. Way to be against book burnings, but you know, I don't know. That's like bare minimum, right? That's like, I think most people are against book burnings. I don't think that's like a majority view, you know, but okay, sure. Congratulations, Brad. Congratulations. So brave of you to make fun of people who do book burnings. Hannity, how much of politics have you added to your routine? This is an election year. Stein, you know, I've got to be honest with you. I've got things here and there. I mean, I am a conservative. I am. No shit, Brad. No fucking shit. You don't say? I wouldn't believe it if you hadn't told me. And it's like, I look around at Hollywood and it, like, so many guys, they all say, we're artists and we think freely. And yet they all, like, think the same way. And I'm a conservative. I thank God when we were attacked there. I thank God when we were attacked, there was a Texan in the White House. You know why? Because Texas remembers the Alamo. Have you ever been to Texas? It's so good. Yes. I eat this shit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, dude. We're doing 9/11 references. We're talking about
Texas remembers the Alamo.
The Alamo. That's why. That's why George Bush is such a great man, because he's a Texan and Texans remember the fucking Alamo. Oh, it's so fucking funny. I tell you, I could never write this. It's amazing.
Oops. Yeah, and a good point here. He was born in Connecticut.
Yeah,
like he was like elite New Englander, and he moved to Texas later in life. But that's a whole other thing.
It's awesome. Okay, you're gonna love this next bit. It's awesome. Yes. Have you ever been to Texas? Combs? Yes. Stein, these people, the terrorists didn't attack Texas because these people are armed. All right. These people don't even pretend to be animal rights activists. I don't know by the way, what the fuck does that mean? What? Why are we attacking animal rights activists, Brad?
Oh, he has a whole thing about them in one of his routines.
Oh, okay. They're like, see bunny, shoot it, eat it, make a hat out of the rest of it. Is that a snake? No, that's a boot right there. That's what they're all about. So, I mean, I was proud of these people, and I was proud of the fact that he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He said this is a whole new world. Too. It's not like it's going to be, are you guys with me? And he went after them. And I'm proud of a guy that errs on the side of the United States. I'm so glad you're proud of George W. Bush, Brad Stein. Remember to color in the lines when you color your American flag for your school project tomorrow.
Yeah, this sounds like a third grade presentation on patriotism.
Yeah. Dude.
And George Bush fought for his country because he remembered the Alamo.
Bro, he he spent his 1 minute of fame on Hannity glazing up George Bush and talking about fucking 9/11. It's so good. It's so good. Okay.
Well, and part of his brag about Texas is that if you live there, you look at an animal and you say, "Huh, I'll put its skin on my head or my
I'm
feet."
just gonna murder that fucking animal for my clothes, and that's what makes you cool." Yeah, that's cool, man. Whatever. He respects that in a person, I guess.
Depending on how you read this, it's like the terrorists didn't want to touch Texas because they're a bunch of weird psychos.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. So even Hannity is enough of. Hannity can't even stand this dude. He doesn't even care. He says, "Is it hard to do comedy when you have such low energy?" Bro, Hannity's already roasting this man. He's been talking to him for like a minute. Straight up roast this dude. That's so fucking funny. Even Hannity can't stand Brad Stein. Stein, you know what it is? I'm an introvert. Hannity, I know. Stein, I'm trying to get an endorsement for Mountain Dew, but they won't call me. Combs, bring that to every performance. Stein, Mountain Dew and Hershey bars. What the fuck is he talking about? Why are you trying to get an endorsement from Mountain Dew? I guess. Oh, okay. I guess in reflection of reading this, I guess he thinks like Mountain Dew's like an energy drink, and he thinks it's gonna like pep him up.
Yeah, they're joking about his energy level.
But why not do an actual energy drink? Like I don't know. I guess that's all you had in 2004.
They might not have had as many of those back then.
It's true. I guess there weren't as many, but like, wasn't Red Bull still a thing? I'm pretty sure it was. Anyway.
Yeah, it was.
Trying to get endorsed from Mountain Dew, but they won't call me. Combs, bring that to every performance. Stein, Mountain Dew and Hershey bars. Hannity, what do you think of the campaigns? You've got Kerry and you've got Bush. What do you think? You know what? It's had. The campaigns are so hard. I mean, I've got to tell you something. I'm voting for Bush. But the point is, I feel sorry for anybody that's going to get into the presidency because it's rough. And then, you know, he's talking for a little bit here, but I'll read it for context. I mean, you've got all these people like just telling stuff. I mean, it's like, you know, I was on the boat with him and it was explosions and locusts from heaven and he lifted the boat with one arm and saved the man. And we're like, good for you. And the other guy said, no, I was there and it was daytime and he was in a canoe and then he shot himself and got a medal. And they're like, well, that's not good. And we're like, how do you know where to go? Again, this probably flows better in real life, but I don't know what the fuck Hannity's talking about here. I think he's making an analogy about Kerry being a war hero or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Swift Boats for Truth thing. He got a Purple Heart in Vietnam, and then these people came out and said a conservative PAC like claimed that he got it under false pretense.
Yeah, it's just I'm sure it works. I'll give Hannity the benefit of the doubt that this reads better in real life because that's a weird mess. Hannity, you've got a Northeast liberal and you've got a strong guy from Texas. The Northeast liberal flip-flops and the guy from Texas has moral clarity. Combs, Bush is from Connecticut originally. Yeah.
He's a Northeast liberal too, and he put on his folksy accent to reinvent himself. That's a known fact.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Stein, yes, but he's a Texan. Texans, I mean, they don't even pretend to be politically correct there. Hannity, he's so obsessed with political correctness. He's talking about it every day. It's on his mind. He's on that grind. Hannity, even Allen might be influenced if he went to Texas. Combs, I've been to Texas. Hannity, you didn't stay long enough. You're not a Texan. Stein, because nothing. Combs, and you are? Thannity, more than you. Combs, let me go to him. Stein, believe me. They're fucking roasting each other for not being Texan enough. What is this fucking stupid? What is this bit? Like, 1 in 12 Americans are Texan by like birthright. Like, you didn't fucking earn it. It's stupid. Anyway, it's really dumb. It's almost done. Believe me, Texas should start their own country. These people, they don't. I mean, they're like, nothing affects them. They're like, you cannot pray before a high school football game. They're like, yes, whatever. Dear Lord, end videotape. Gallagher, nice to meet a clean comic once in a while. Yeah, bro, his last bit, he didn't even get to plug, dude. He didn't get to plug his stuff. They cut him off when he's glazing up Texas, a place where he's not even fucking from. He can't even do self-promo. He doesn't know how to do it. He's he's just sucking off the president and texts like half of this transcript. It's so fucking funny. This man has failed upwards his entire career.
The terrorists wouldn't attack Texas because they have guns and they kill bunnies.
Dude,
it's so fucking stupid.
It's so funny. I lost my fucking mind when I read that. I was like, it's going in.
This has to be the dumbest guy who ever got famous.
Bro, it sounds like AI. It doesn't sound real. I found this shit on the Wayback Machine. It's like I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't.
This guy sounds conspicuously stupid next to Sean Hannity.
Yeah. At least Sean Hannity is like, I don't know, making more elaborate metaphors. Like it's so stupid.
If Sean Hannity's trying to rein you in to get the show under control, then you have problems.
Yeah. He's like, I used to have a clean comic every once in a while. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, like Bill Cosby. That aged well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
We don't need comedians who say the potty words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
wasn't that great? Wasn't that the funniest? Yeah. It's so good, dude.
What a weirdo.
It's awesome.
Brad Stein, if you're watching this, I am not sorry.
Hey, Brad, I know you're still watching, or you got your wife to watch, or your daughter, or somebody to watch, and your whole career is a joke, dude. Like, it's not that good. I would not be roasting you so hard if you just weren't such a bad person. I would honestly just let it go. But you actually kind of suck as a human being. We haven't even gotten to the bad parts of his beliefs yet. I mean, they're all bad so far, but like, you know.
There are a lot of kids who express doubts about God or express some liberal belief, and their parents were total shit to them because of Brad Stein. I guarantee that's true.
Yeah.
And that pisses me off.
Yeah.
That's the worst part of all this. He actually affects people by sticking these ideas in their mind, or at least spreading them and normalizing them.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll talk about that. We have the clip of that part, right?
Well, we have a few of these things.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, and by the way, what Brad would hear if he listened to me talk right there is censorship. Yeah. I'm trying to shut him down, but no, he has the First Amendment.
That's right.
By the way, in his big special in 1999, you know one of the things he complained about? Airbags.
What? Shut up. He complains about airbags? What a fuck.
Airbags are making kids these days soft.
I know. He's that guy, bro. He's that guy. Dude, I 100%. You could have just lied to me right now. I 100% believe you. I 102% believe you with a 2% margin of error. That's how confident I know. That's how confident I know you're telling the truth.
People don't drive safely anymore.
Yeah.
Because they sit there. No, he said they sit there and stare at their phones and don't drive safely because they have airbags.
Stop,
they don't have to
dude.
be careful with
Stop. God.
He said that.
I guarantee you he texts and drive. I guarantee you he does, dude. That's so funny.
He shoots bunnies and drives.
Yeah.
He rolls down his window and steers with one hand while he's shooting into a bunny with the other.
He opens the car door in traffic while complaining about gay people and mixed race couple representation in media. Okay.
Well, they'll let the gays be on TV, but they won't let mixed race couples.
They let the gays on TV, but not the blacks? What's up with that?
Everything has to be Fresh Prince or Friends.
Yeah, dude, that's such a banger, too. Fresh Prince or Friends? Oh, my God. Yeah, dude, you know why? Because those shows actually make money, you stupid idiot. Like, those shows people actually enjoy. And you wouldn't know how to make enjoyable content. That's why you're a fucking YouTuber in your 60s posting clips of your old stand-up specials, because you don't have anything else to do, I guess. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, man. Like, oh, God.
No, I would be all for, like, you know, integrating more black and white characters and stuff. But I don't know that I want Brad Stein at the wheel of that ship.
No. Yeah. Brad Stein leading the way for mixed race relations in the United States. What do you think Brad Stein said when the fucking Cheerios commercial came out and everybody was like up in arms because it was like a black man and a white woman? You think Brad had some commentary on that? You think he was defending the mixed race couple on Twitter? I bet he probably wasn't.
I don't know.
And yeah, you know, again, I'm not trying to make fun of the fact that like he's older. I'm just saying like he's just got that boomer ass mentality. It's like, you know, shout outs to you if you are a baby boomer and you don't have the boomer mentality. Like I fuck with that. But like he's complaining about the youths, you know, he's got the whole bit about fucking airbags. My God, it's so cheesy. All right, what else you got for me, Zod? Give me something else.
Okay. So at this point, we had Brad Stein. He started as a shitty comedian. He became a shitty comedian with a niche audience. He went into movies. Apparently, he went on Sean Hannity and talked about how, you know, he destroyed his career. All of this, as you might suspect, culminates in a shitty conservative podcast.
Yeah. Who knew?
Which all of you are saying, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. You know what I didn't check for? I'm literally Googling Brad Stein cryptocurrency. That's the one thing I didn't confirm. I didn't confirm this. But he must have thought about it at least. Anyway, I'll keep looking. You go ahead.
If he knows that cryptocurrency, if he understands what that means. So we have Brad Stein talking about politics and atheists. Dan and or the chat. What should we start with?
First of all, I just want to say by Googling this, Brad Stein cryptocurrency, one of the first results was a Reddit post on r/standup comedy that says, "Are there any fans of Brad Stein on r/standup comedy?" And it says, "Just heard a clip of him on BCN and there was no actual comedy to it. It sounded more like a political rally or a Glenn Beck style rant. Is his whole act like this? I can't imagine anyone actually enjoying it for any other reason than an excuse to applaud the things they already agree with." Bro, I can't even get relevant Google results without people roasting this man. That's so funny.
Oh, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Before we start the podcast, didn't you have something from? We need to talk about Godmen.
Yeah. Let's. Okay. All right. We'll do it real quick. I couldn't find a full story about why he actually decided to start Godmen. What Godmen is, folks, is just a poor man's. I can't remember. A poor man's Promise Keepers. Okay. Promise Keepers is just a way to keep men virgins until they're married. I think that's pretty much the sole purpose. I know it's supposed to be about like living up to biblical manhood, but apparently they were too soft because Brad Stein made an entire website about not just a website, but an organization that he tried to launch called Godmen that seemed to only last a few years. There's very scant records about this. If this was actually a nonprofit, I'm sure we could actually look up his 501c3 stuff, right? And see like if this actually, you know, made any money or whatever. But it's a very mysterious organization. So let me get this on the screen here. And this will be real quick. So one of the reasons that makes it mysterious is because their only actual information, like firsthand stuff I could find, was just this other Wayback Machine page. Dangerous. Yeah. Godmen, When Faith Gets Dangerous, is a banger, straight up. Good job on that. Let's adjust the size here. This was made in 2007. Okay. So, you know, 2007.
Faith gets dangerous.
It gets, you know, like web design was still figuring stuff out. Still kind of web point out. It's okay for the time. That's what I'm saying. It's okay. Definitely like small time website, right? So this is him thanking all who attended this event in Franklin, Tennessee. The best way to experience Godmen is to attend one of our events. Unlike any other Christian event, Godmen addresses real men's issues with frankness and openness, including passivity, isolation, addictions, sex, fatherlessness, legalism, leadership, and anti-intellectualism. These events will equip you to commit daily acts of courage, impacting your family, church, workplace, and community. So apparently...
Wait.
Yeah.
Does Brad Stein think anti-intellectualism is a problem?
Right? No. He thinks he really
I
does.
thought that was kind of his thing.
I know, right? Apparently, first of all, Brad Stein hasn't read more than like 5 books in his life. I don't think you can't convince me of that otherwise. There's no way. And it was all high school reading. Okay, it wasn't stuff he chose to do on his own. So there's no way that he wrote that part of it. I don't believe it. But apparently, yeah, he talks about isolation, addiction, sex, fatherlessness. I mean, that's a lot to talk about in one conference.
Well, he probably thinks anti-intellectualism is like evolution and trans and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's probably what he thinks.
Let's go back. What does it mean to say when faith gets dangerous? What are the actual implications of that message? Like, is it
January 6th?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, January 6th. I think he's just got this constant persecution complex. He really thinks the world is after him when the truth is just nobody gives a fuck. Like, he really thinks his career was impacted by him doing this and not because he was just a piece of shit. Right? Like, it's kind of incredible.
I could read this one of two ways. Like, faith gets dangerous being like, if you're part of the faith, that's dangerous for you in society, or you're becoming a dangerous person because you're becoming a real Sigma man or whatever.
Right. I probably could have done
the second one, but who knows?
I probably could have done some more digging on this. But honestly, what's on this website is probably the best it's going to get in terms of funny, unless I found some really funny financial stuff. But like, I don't even know like what this is. I guess it's an event, but I've seen it also advertised as like a group. So I don't know if there's chapters and stuff. It's very weird. But anyway,
if you want one line, I found something that says, now Brad Stein resurrects muscular Christianity with Godmen, a group of Christian men who want to give the 1-2 punch to the feminization of religion and call men to emulate the mean and wild Jesus.
Yeah. It's really good. Oh, by the way, there is it's an ABC News. It's a local outlet that does say that Brad Stein describes himself as America's comic. Apparently he said that about himself, which is like the funniest. Like, he really thinks he's that good. And also the Christian comic. That's his other bill. But anyway, okay, I want to read you these quotes here, Zod, from the website. Written in this like stupid like typewriter font thing going on. Godmen impact. Yeah, I don't know what the messaging hit was here. Is this hard? Is this tough? Because it's like poorly typed. I don't know. Godmen impacted every one of us in a powerful and positive way. My own 25-year-old son's life has been totally transformed by what God did that day through the leaders speaking openly and directly to the real issues in his life. I would encourage pastors everywhere to get behind this movement of God. Randy Cordell, senior pastor, Lakeshore Christian Church. Bro, this man dragged his 25-year-old son to this conference and was like, you're not enough of a man. You need Brad Stein to tell you what it takes to be a fucking man. That's so funny. I love it. Zach given $5 saying, I'm so high that I talked to God and told him he wasn't real and he cried. That's great. Thank you for that, Zod. Not Zod, Zach. Thank you for that, Zach. I appreciate it. Yeah, so funny. Again, taking advice from Brad Stein on literally anything is hilarious in itself. Another quote here. Unless you want to say something.
No, you ahead.
All right. An important attempt to address at least one aspect of again, this is hard to read, at least one aspect of the difficulty Christianity. This is like, okay, let me read again, because I want the effect this, imagine you're trying to look up whether you want to go to this event, right? And you're trying to read reviews. Imagine if you read this review. An important attempt to address at least one aspect of the difficulty Christianity is facing with men. Roland Martinson, professor of ministry, Luther Seminary, St. Paul. It's not a very strong review. It's kind of like saying, yeah, they tried. I think they got like one. They're not talking about one thing. That description lists like 10 things. And he's like, yeah, they got one of those things, I guess, which is okay. That's what you're gonna put on the website.
He says they attempted.
Yeah, they attempted. Yeah, he doesn't even say they did it. It's awesome.
They tried to do one out of 10.
Yeah, they tried to do one of 10 objectives that they set out to accomplish. And then. This last one. Your approach hit us right between the eyes. It forces us to look at the hard issues and deal with them. Speaking for myself, this is exactly what I need. Ryan Rayburn, Master Sergeant, U.S. Air Force. Bro. Bro, what? What? What?
So I'm sorry. Professor of ministry is already kind of a bullshit degree to be a PhD in.
Bro,
the other guy, he's a master sergeant.
This guy's in the military. We got to put his review on the front page. That's how we know that this goes hard. Wow. It doesn't even say he's active duty. This dude could be like retired for all we know. He's probably like some retired vet, and they're like, "Oh, that's sick. Wait, what were you? Oh, you're a master sergeant. Cool. Let's put that on the thing."
Well, master sergeant's not even that big a rank. Like you're barely climbing above being like.
Yeah, you're right. It's what is I don't know what it is in the Air Force. I think it's like
it's an E7.
E7. Okay. Oh, that's higher than what I thought it was.
So you come out of basic at an E3. So, like, you're 4 ranks out of basic training if you're a master sergeant. And they're putting that there as a brag. As if a rank in the military has anything to do with it anyway.
Right, yeah. Like, we could go the whole thank you for your service route, whatever. But it's like, I'm not the one that's, like, putting this dude on the website. You know what I mean? Like, that's a whole different thing, man.
This is no offense to anybody who's in the military or a certain rank. Like I don't think you're trash just because you're a master sergeant, but that has nothing to do with speaking to this thing.
Yeah. Everybody I know that is in the military or has served or continues to serve is embarrassed when people like acknowledge that and like at least like actual normal human beings. I'm not saying this guy probably didn't even ask to be put on this website. He probably just like sent an email in or something. And they caught it from his email signature or something. I don't know.
And I'm not military, but I've worked with a lot of military people. Like I used to be part of a military contractor. I managed a location up here by a base. Don't automatically assume every service member wants to be thanked for their service. Like that's not cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's not the point of this. The point of this is that Brad Stein, the best reviews he could get was some guy who served in the military, I guess, a professor of Bibles. What was it? Professor of ministry. Okay. And just some pastor who had a deadbeat son, I guess, that needed to get his shit together and thought that Brad Stein set him straight, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. And so the story of this, to give you the context and probably why you haven't heard more about this and why this is so vague beyond a promotional website. I think Brad Stein was originally part of Promise Keepers, which is this big organization where men all gather in big arenas and stuff and talk about manning up and taking care of their families and leading them spiritually. I went to one of them, unfortunately, when I was a Christian. Guard the influences that come into your house, all that kind of stuff. Brad Stein was part of that, and for some reason, I think he had some level of dissatisfaction with Promise Keepers. From what I understand, this is a vague thing. I'm not sure if this is true. But I remember getting the vague impression that they were like too soft or something like that, or too liberal or something. So he started his own Godmen. Promise Keepers would like fill arenas with thousands of men and stuff like that. And they'd have big speakers and, everyone in town would come. Godmen would set up in a mall and like 200 to 300 dudes would show up.
Yeah.
And then people quit coming, so they shut down and
Yeah.
you join Promise Keepers again.
What a fucking grift.
This guy's a failure at everything.
I know. Again, like, I'm sorry, but like, you know, I don't give a shit about gender norms and stuff, right? But like, Brad Stein is a Hollywood comedian / actor who looks the way he does. I'm sorry, but like, who's looking up to this guy and is like, yeah, I want to be like him. You know what I mean? That guy, he's got it together. You know what I mean? Like, who's doing that? It blows my mind. It blows my mind.
If you do value like burly manliness and you know stuff like that, a dandy comedian dancing around the stage probably
is Brad
not
Stein your
thing.
guy? That's what I'm saying. Like, is he the one? I don't know. I don't know. But another super chat from Skeptics and Scoundrels. Okay, $5. I'm not military, but I've watched Band of Brothers like 15 times. Same thing, right? Yeah, I'm sure the members of our community who've served would tell you that. Absolutely, 100%. So funny. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about some dumb politics, right? Let's talk about his stupid politics.
Yeah. So I don't know how to introduce this. We'll just go in on this one. This is he took all the turns you'd expect based on everything we've seen of him, and he just started a full-on like Daily Wire / PragerU / Matt Walsh whatever podcast where he just sits there and rants like your drunk uncle at Thanksgiving. So here's him talking about how to dismantle a leftist argument, and this is the most like deliciously stupid thing I've heard in my life.
Crucial technique when you're engaging someone who is postulating an idea is to always take a moment to identify the presupposition that's undergirding their foundational philosophy, or in layman's terms, what do they mean by that last statement? Remember, anyone that claims any knowledge or perspective about anything is presuming they're right.
I'm sorry. He said undergirded. My man said, what's undergirding their philosophy? What is that? I'm sorry, what? What's undergirding your views? That's just an interesting choice of words. I don't know.
What are your this would sound like pretentious bullshit coming off of anybody, much less Brad Stein. I'm sorry.
Just like, what are your initial assumptions? I don't know. There's a million ways you could have said that without using the word undergird. I also paused because we got another 200 yen alpha male that a furry thing from Lloydie, which is very funny because I don't think we've talked about alpha males yet, but that is still a very funny super chat. Thank you for that.
About how they see things. Let me give you a real-time example. Often, people whose philosophy originates from leftist thought will have a handful of buzzwords they use to dismiss ideas or people they deem unworthy of serious consideration. One of the go-to guys that they enjoy dismissing, as I said, is the Founding Fathers. You can tell they have a disdain for these men because they don't refer to them as Founding Fathers, but instead with the apparently insulting catchphrase, dead, white, European males.
Bro, he's defending the Founding Fathers again? How recent is this clip, Zai? Do you know?
I'll look it up while we're playing.
That Hannity clip was 20 years ago. He's still mad. He's still mad about people talking shit about the Founding Fathers. That is so awesome. Wow. Yeah, bro. They are dead white men. Why the fuck do you care? They're not your real dad, Brad. I don't know if you know this. Founding Fathers, that's just a nomenclature. That doesn't mean they're actually your dads. Okay? You don't have to go defend them. They're not going to thank you.
Dan, you haven't even seen the beginning of the pedantic semantics on this.
Oh, great.
It hasn't even started getting good. By the way, this clip was uploaded to YouTube by Brad Stein 6 days ago.
No, dude, he's mad. He's mad because like 5 people on Twitter were like, yeah, dude, Founding Fathers are just old dead white guys. Like, yeah, okay, we've all seen that take, but he's like, oh, how dare they? How dare they?
famous Brad Stein, who's been in movies, who's toured the country. He uploaded this 6 days ago. 2,000 people have watched this.
Yeah.
Little old me, I uploaded a video 1 day earlier than that, and it's been watched by like 37,000 people, something like that. And I consider that video like a moderate low performer. Like this guy's, what's he even doing?
I don't know. And like the setup too, he's got that's a cardioid mic, I believe. That looks like an SM7B. Okay. Why is it off to the side like that? Unless he's got like a room catch, right? Or like, why would he not put it in front of him? Does he just not like it in front of him? Does he think it emasculates him because it's slightly phallic shaped side? Do you think that's why he's got it set up like that? He really doesn't want to get near the mic, you know?
I don't know. You might be reading a little too much into that.
Brad,
I think he's fine in that regard.
Invite me on the pod, dude. Invite me on the pod.
Yeah.
I'll help you out with your audio, and I would love to talk to you. I would love to share my thoughts with you. Please, let's do it. Let's see how openly free speech you are. See if you let me talk.
But considering absolutely nobody watches this trash, that is a pretty elaborate set that he has there. Like,
yeah. Can you read the T-shirt? What's he rocking on that T-shirt?
It says boys bike and girls bike. I wasn't able to see beyond that.
What? No, dude. Are you serious? He's got the Facebook T-shirts that you get. No, stop, bro. I swear to God, he bought that shit off a Facebook ad. There's no way. Oh, that's great. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Oh, so funny.
I would say that is like the most aggressively 90s like logo on the TV.
Yeah,
you can tell he's just stuck in the past. He's still complaining about
he paid somebody to do it too. You know he didn't do it himself.
Yeah.
He couldn't do the bare minimum. That's hilarious. Okay, let's keep going.
All right. Anyway, you ready?
Yeah.
Thus, it's imperative that you deconstruct what they're implying, or as I said, their presupposition, in order to understand how they see the world. Everyone has a worldview or a foundational belief as to how the world works and what's true about it. So when you hear the phrase dead white European males, the first fact you can gather is they are using this phrase pejoratively. In other words, they're defining a set of human beings using 4 words. Each word is implying there's something intrinsically bad about these guys. The first word is...
He's beating the shit out of this phrase.
Yeah.
For some reason, the left find dead people an easy target to insult. For one, dead people are the only people they don't have to worry about responding to them with facts. Probably because dead people are the only people they can count on who won't see through their illogical perspective and draw attention to its shortcomings.
Bro, he thinks he's cooking.
The only people you can convince...
He thinks he's cooking with this one. Yeah, it's because they can't argue with him. Yeah, they think because they're dead. They can't
He's missing the whole point of calling them dead white European males to begin with.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't even understand.
It's not even a pejorative. Nobody thinks that's an insult. Okay, number one, I didn't know when we should get this out of the way, but dead white European males is not an insult. They're not saying that to say these guys are stupid or horrible or anything like that. It's just putting them in the context of history. It's saying these are guys from a long time ago who were from a very narrow specific. It doesn't mean any of that's bad. It just means don't worship these guys. Yeah. They don't know everything. They're just a group of human beings from a specific period of time, and we've learned a lot since then. That's not an unreasonable thing, but he takes it as not only is this all meant to be pejorative, an insult against these guys, but every single word is meant to be an insult. So he takes the assumption from this to be that you think everybody who's dead is stupid.
Yeah, he thinks he's so funny too. He thinks, you can tell he's holding back a smile. He laughs at his own jokes, dude. This Scrooge McDuck looking ass thinks that he is so fucking funny with every single line of this. That's so funny. Dude.
You call them dead white European males as an insult. Therefore, you hate dead people. Therefore, like if your grandpa dies and at your funeral, you're going to go up on the stage and say he's dumb now.
Got him. Yeah, you're exactly right. It's like because the argument is always okay. Yeah, this is what the founding fathers believe, so we should do the same thing, right? Like that's it's a counter against that, and he just can't comprehend it. Doesn't know. He couldn't. He couldn't. His undergirts weren't. Just couldn't hold up the against the argument. I don't know. Couldn't undergird it, I guess. All right, let's keep going.
Your leftist ideology is good or dead people. You may want to reconsider the value of your perspective. You can assault dead people all day long, and yet the only pushback you'll ever get is from living people. Clearly, they don't count. But what's intrinsically bad about dead people? Why is being dead a disqualification for having something they left behind?
Oh my God, he keeps going. What the fuck? He's so serious.
Okay, all right. I'll give you a spoiler and you can decide. I'll give you a spoiler and you can decide if you want to keep watching this. Literally, the rest of this video is talking about how illogical it is to think all dead people are stupid.
You serious? That's his only that's his only bit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
At least. And the whole thing will be talking about how not all dead people are stupid, but liberals think they are.
Dude, keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. I want to see this all the way through, please.
Michelangelo's dead. He left behind the Pietà and the Sistine Chapel. Does anyone look at that magnificent art and comment, be much more profound if the artist were still alive? I mean, it was okay while he was alive, but now look at it. No, actually the opposite is true. This dead guy left us something so profound, it still moves us and inspires us hundreds of years after the artist lived. Why? Because great art, just like great ideas, has the advantage of standing the test of time. We have hundreds of years to literally compare the art to what came before and especially afterwards and see which of the two has more lasting impact and has proven to be a standard by which we can measure all future art. If you don't believe me, just take a look at what is now called modern art.
Oh no.
So his mic drop was look at modern art.
Yeah. By the way, I gotta point this out. He does. I think that's YouTube. I can't remember where the talkie that where we got the license for the music for that intro, but he's using the same sound source as the talkie, the intro for his outro, which is really sad.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, he is.
I recognize that.
Yeah. It's a little bit different because you can like. One of the things with that is when you license out music from YouTube, there's like different parts that you can take and kind of remix and stuff. At least we changed it up. He might have taken just the original and just been like, yeah, that's good as it is. But anyway, stupid. Yeah. That's so funny. That's so he can't even he thinks he's cooking so hard. He's like, yeah, well, Michelangelo, one of the greatest artists who ever lived is dead. Ha! Gotcha, liberals. You idiots, you fools. Oh my God. He's so serious.
Oh, would you like his stuff better if he was still alive?
Yeah. Would you think it's better? Ha. Yeah, check that one off the list, Brad. Liberals owned. You did it. Congratulations.
And before making this point, he makes this big, huge, puffed up thing about, well, if you really break down what they're saying and attack their presuppositions.
Yeah, you're right.
He's going at this like he's doing some linguistically nuanced takedown of people, and then he ends up completely misunderstanding their whole point.
No, he didn't even do his thesis, Zod. He said, yeah, there's 4 different words that they use to break this one down, and each one is bad. And he only talks about one of them. He didn't even finish his thing. He just got sidetracked. Oh, that's so funny. I can't. I keep saying it.
And then his mic drop moment was going after modern art.
Yeah.
And that's that's literally a Nazi thing.
It is. One, it's a Nazi thing, and it's over fucking done. Like, yeah, dude, you conservatives fucking hate modern art. Big fucking whoop. It's 2024, dude. Get some new fucking material. Come on.
I'm not just shooting from the hip, and I'm not saying that every person who doesn't like modern art is a Nazi, but literally the pushback against modern art has been very strongly Nazi adjacent. And that like the return to classical art forms and stuff like that.
It's hard to understand. It's hard to understand the appeal of modern art without having an education, at least a surface level education of art history, to know, obviously modernism before that, Dadas and Cubism, and how the movements sort of got to where they're at, in postmodern art. So like, if you don't understand that, you're just like, oh, what's the point of this? I could do this. It's like, yeah, you're missing the point clearly, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's not for you.
Also,
Brad,
ever
don't
since
worry.
since cameras were invented, the value of like creating a literal representation of something has gone down significantly.
Yeah,
like that's one thing they don't understand.
Yeah, a big aspect of it. But yeah, that's so funny, dude. That I can't, dude. He thought I can't get over how clever he thought he was. He's so confident when presenting that. Elia Shauna Silverbow says, gave $2. Thank you for the $2. Discarded line from 6 cents. I see dumb people. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Oh man, I'm loving this.
So we have about 15 minutes until we finish up 2 hours. I don't know how long you want to go. I have to go to the bathroom really bad. I'm going to be straight up honest about that. I've been putting down some beers.
Okay.
Do you want me to fire up his thing about the religion of atheism?
Fire it up.
I'll get that started. I'll let that auto run while I take a trip upstairs, and I'll be right back.
All right, I'll solo this for you. I got you.
All right, and today we discover that atheists believe in magic. And it's so magical, they don't even know they believe it. Want to hear more? Come on in. Atheist Cadabra.
Atheist Cadabra. That was your best bit? Atheist Cadabra. You're a comedian. You're a professional comedian, dude. Like, this is your career. It's one thing if my grandpa made that joke. It's another thing if that's your fucking livelihood. Holy shit. Atheist Cadabra. And you think Hollywood was shutting you down? Yeah, dude, that's it. It's because of your conservatism. It wasn't because you're an unfunny piece of shit. God damn. Atheist Cadabra. You're right, Reyes. We need to start saying that. Oh, that's so bad. So bad.
I don't know if you know this, but there is a group of humans in the 21st century that still believe in miracles. They'll tell you with a straight face that they are enlightened and don't believe in fairy.
Okay, wait. So, I guess Brad Stein doesn't believe in miracles in the 21st century. Like, is Brad a cessationalist? Is this a deep cut on Brad's theology? Like, what does that mean? So, like, every Christian that like goes up to your show at the end and says, "Yeah, I really like your show. I'm so glad you're a Christian comedian. I got saved. God did a miracle on me." Like, Brad just thinks that's bullshit, apparently, because he's using the miracle bit like in his satirization. So I don't know what that means for you, Brad, but okay, sure.
Well, it's just I know you are, but what am I thing.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, I guess miracles 2,000 years ago, that's cool. But in the modern day, oh, come on, that's worthy of being made fun of in one of Brad's bits, I guess.
Tales and myths that their religion is based on science and logic and reason, that their priests teach in the most respected universities on earth. They've got doctorates and double doctorates. They're the elite of human thought and have single-handedly brought humanity out of the Dark Ages and into the light, and want to usher in a brand new world where intelligence is measured by how deeply you are committed to the religion of materialism and the salvation of science.
Wow. It's facts. Spitting facts right
So
there.
does a lot of this sound like he's trying to whip up a bunch of hillbillies to grab their pitchforks and go after the,
Yeah, what the fuck?
nasty elite?
Yeah, I thought you were against anti-intellectualism, Brad. Why are you making fun of... you liked Anthony Flew, apparently. You didn't like most of his life, but I guess you liked the last decade of it. So what's up with this, Brad? What's going on?
Yeah. They think they're the best people in the world.
Yeah.
They have double doctorates.
He's glazing them up. They're really smart and they do a lot of things. But that's a bad thing, I guess. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm an atheist. Believe it or not, I know a couple atheists. None of us think that we're like super enlightened and the very best, smartest of everybody. We've just come to a place where we were able to acknowledge one specific proposition and we do our best. This is just such typical stuff.
Yeah, it's
Al Willis.
I never heard of this guy, but aside from drunk uncle, he's also giving washed up guy at the bar vibes. Loving Zidanza. That's true. Yeah.
Also, as Shiver said last week, he's giving cover your drink vibes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he totally is.
Oh, no. Sorry. That was Shivers talking about another video before.
Oh, okay.
Colin
yeah.
Morgan.
Well,
but anyway,
regardless,
sorry,
it could still apply. I mean, I don't think Brad would be that kind of guy. Yeah, honestly, I don't think he would do anything like that. But I think he would talk shit about women. I do think he would say some shit about women and the way they dress and saying oh, she probably deserved it, for dressing like that. That's totally in his MO. So misogyny is not off the table.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I honestly, as much as I think he's a piece of shit, I don't think he's that kind of piece of shit.
Yeah. No,
he's a piece I think he gives off that kind of.
Yeah.
He gives off that kind of energy, though.
Yeah, totally. Okay, let's keep going.
They have a sacred text that they revere as holy and inerrant, and it has brought the ultimate revelation to the earth as to man's meaning.
Okay, this is Christians do this. I'm sorry, I know we just talked about, but why do Christians do this? Why do they make fun of the inerrant text stuff as a satirization in the holy book when that's literally what they do? That's part of the thing of being a Christian. I don't understand. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Are you not a Christian? Do you not believe the Bible to be true? What? It doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very silly.
The only thing I can think of is it's a U2 thing or a
2 quoque.
You think you're above all this stuff, but you still are just as magical as the rest of us. So I don't think, obviously he doesn't think it's inherently bad, but he's after acting like they're puffed up people who think they're perfect and enlightened, they still are just as magical.
Yeah. It's just weird.
Purpose, morality, and destiny. And as all great beliefs, it too has a Genesis story about the origins of man. But remember, this is based on logic and reason and not some archaic invisible man in the sky. They believe only in that which they can touch and taste and hear and smell and see. It's got to be measurable and quantifiable and testable, observable and repeatable. And their Genesis story goes like this. In the beginning...
Okay.
Now, first off...
Boring. Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
He never... I don't think he even said what the book was.
No, he didn't. Yeah, what's the book? What's the text, Brad? Tell me.
Obviously, he's probably talking about Origin of Species.
Yeah, probably.
But, that's not our book about morality. Obviously, we don't take it as the... inerrant word or whatever. But then he's going to start talking about, the universe coming to existence, which I don't think is something Darwin ever talked about at all, but Christians just conflate it. And so this guy sees them all as the same thing because he's just totally fucking basic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, this is incredibly boring. So we don't necessarily need to watch this whole thing. This is just my whole point in showing this is just so incredibly run of the mill and unoriginal.
Like, he literally made this probably like 2 weeks ago. Like, this is one thing if this was like 2007 creationist videos on YouTube, but like, he's doing this in 2024. Like, this is played out, Brad. Like, come on, you're a comedian. You're supposed to know like what's out there, right? Don't you want to have the best material possible? Why are you doing the most schlocky bullshit? Like, none of this is original at all. I've heard versions of every single thing he said so far by somebody else far more funnier.
Yeah, he could have made this script without typing a single word. He could have just typed it from YouTube memes and comments and stuff like that. Like, all this
ChatGPT
like,
could have written this, honestly. Yeah.
So this was released in December of 2020. So this is only a few years old, 3.5 years old.
That's still too late. It's not like this was like hot in 2020, you know? Like,
it's hella late. Like, we've been rolling our eyes at these from basic people in the comments.
Yeah.
And this guy thought it was worth like putting together a production about.
He thought he was slick. He thought he was good with that one. Yeah. All right, let's keep it rolling.
There was nothing. And it blew up.
Read a fucking book, Brad. Just read a fucking book.
Did you hear what I just said?
I beg of you,
The
please.
smartest of the smart, the most prestigious universities in scientific analysis has reached the conclusion that at one time in history, nothing exploded.
Brad,
and
that's not what it says, Brad. Yeah. Hey, Brad, that's not what it says, bud. You've been talking about atheism for like over 20 years, and you still don't know what they say. That's amazing. You must be so happy because only someone as ignorant as you could be as happy as you could be. I mean, that's incredible. Astounding. Trolls, I don't even know how to say this. If you could give a pronunciation guide in the comments, I will say your name correctly. Trolls, who says, and I don't know the currency either. 89, what was that? Do you know?
It's krone, Danish krone.
It's krone. Thank you for the Danish krone. Hello, love your show. Never thought I would catch it live. It's in the middle of the night right here. Oh, and this guy's a jerk hiding behind religion. I agree. He sucks. He's the worst. Thank you for the donation. What was there to say?
Yeah, what he's saying is not only not insightful, but he's treating it like a gotcha, and he's missing just the basic factual part of it. I don't know.
Just go to Wikipedia. Just go to Wikipedia. Read the Big Bang article, please. Honestly, I beg of you. I know you can't be doing that much with your time these days, Brad. These videos are not that high of effort, okay? I know you can do it. I know the internet's kind of hard. I know it's hard, but you can do it, okay? So anyway, let's just keep on.
Created everything. Not only did the explosion form all of matter as we know it, but it spread out across the galaxy, mainly of hydrogen and helium. Some time later, though, there was cooling into orbs that became planets, but still filled with inorganic matter. Nothing was organic or alive as we know it, and yet somehow, inexplicably, this non-living dead matter was resurrected to become living organisms, rising from the dead.
That's not even what resurrected means.
Suddenly a Jewish carpenter 2,000 years ago rose from the dead. I can do this shit too, dude. It's bottom of the fucking barrel. You're a professional comedian. 20 years, at least, minimum. This is the best you can fucking do? Honestly? What the fuck, man? Holy shit. People paid money to see this guy live. That's insane. What a grift. Wow. It's
like
boring.
Your average hillbilly dipshit uncle who got too drunk and started ranting at Thanksgiving would be slightly better than this.
Who has it? Even if you're not in our space, right? Like, you've heard a version of this. This is way too out there. Like, come on. God, this is bad. This sucks. This is the worst.
Remember, dead is an insult.
That's right. You're right. You're right.
He thinks Earth is stupid because it used to be dead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, let's.
Hey, Brad, why do you live on a dumb planet?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
over
but-
eons of time magically becoming more advanced and sophisticated. Not by design, mind you, but just the byproduct of billions of years of chance mutations or mistakes.
One take, Brad.
That sometimes either had no deleterious effect, so it remained, or accidentally caused the organism to be able to survive better, and thus pass this on to its progeny.
Okay.
Accidentally caused the organism to survive better.
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't. Of course he doesn't understand evolution. Of course he doesn't. Of course. I need to point this out. Hollyhock said, wait, this means he has a multi-camera setup. Bro, she's right. Hollyhock, what? Who did this? First of all, Brad does not know the difference between Adobe Premiere and Microsoft Paint. I refuse to believe he fucking looks at his own footage. There is no goddamn way he knows how to take a raw file and fucking edit that shit. He is paying somebody to do this shit for him. He paid somebody to set up his little TV and his mic and shit, right? Right? There's no way he did this himself. I refuse. I refuse.
I'm not offended as an atheist. I'm offended as a comedian.
It's true. It's true. He thought, oh God. Anyway,
So think of, just very roughly speaking, it depends on a lot of things. Ad revenue on YouTube is about roughly a penny per view.
Yeah.
This video made 3.5 years ago has gotten 1,741 views. So this video in terms of ad revenue is worth about $17.50.
Nice.
And they put all this effort into it.
Nice.
Go work at McDonald's and make
Bro's
that in an hour.
Bro, you're telling minimum wage jokes. You might as well make minimum wage off this humor, dog. Bro, I have more respect for actual minimum wage workers than you, by the way.
This is a really good question.
Yeah. What? Dude, he has fake awards.
I gotta Google that now.
No, this is what it is. I instantly know this. He thinks it's funny to have like fake awards, like that he did something, because he's never actually accomplished anything artistically interesting in his life. Either that, or it's like local Christian bowling league 4th place trophies, like that. It's one of the two, you know. He got a Bro got a participate. He got a participation trophy. Okay, that's what happened.
I just IMDb'd his acting awards. He has one award that I can see, a 2011 nominee for most inspired television acting. From he got nominated for a Grace Award. His one
it's a Christian.
His one thing on the
yeah
he got his one thing.
Bro!
His one thing. Bro! He didn't even win. He got nominated for a Grace Award.
Somebody looked at this man and said, "Give that man a Grace Award." That's the best Christian acting I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Nominate this man. Tell the committee. Call up Bob. I know it's 3:00 in the morning where he's at, but he's got to see this. That's amazing. Oh, who did he pay to get that award, right? That's no way. No shot. That's awesome. Congratulations, Brad.
And I don't even know what the I don't even know what the categories are. He got most inspired television acting is what he got nominated for. Does that mean best acting? I don't know what that means.
Okay, excuse me. Who the fuck is inspired by this man's acting? You're telling me somebody watched the clip and they paused, they looked at their wife and they're like, that was inspiring. Wow. That man's performance.
That is when
Bravo, sir.
That is the moment I decided to become an actor.
Yeah. So, like, who are your influences in acting? Brad Stein, actually. I I really liked him in the Brokeback Mountain deleted scenes. That was like a real pivotal moment for me. I really liked it when he defended mixed race couples while also shitting on gay couples in the same breath. I mean, unprecedented work. Jay Leto, eat your heart out. This is real method acting right here, okay? It's awesome.
All right. Well, Dan, we've crossed the 2-hour threshold, and we still have more than half of this thing left. Should we just cut off here?
No, we gotta wrap this baby up. You kidding me? I'm not letting Brad go, dude.
Designed, even the eventual evolution of the brain was an accident. There was no inductive reasoning or planning involved, just instincts that allowed the species to survive, even though had no self-awareness, it was surviving, or that it was soon to be stopping in survival,
God.
In death. Didn't know any of this. Didn't dread death because it couldn't conceptualize it. Now, I'm summarizing, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't dread death because they couldn't conceptualize it. He made this part of his animal rights bit. He said that animals should not have rights because animals cannot even be afraid of death.
What?
Yep.
What?
He literally said animals have no sense that they're going to die and they can't be afraid of death. And that was part of why he said animals shouldn't have rights.
What?
And so that's the same principle he's arguing from here. Yeah.
I guess, guys, babies can't have fear of death, so fetuses can't either. I guess that means abortion's okay, actually, because fetuses can't have any fear of death. Wow, that's incredible logic.
He went straight from shitting on people who are critical of people wearing fur coats, saying it's their business, you shouldn't bother them, to immediately reversing to abortion without noticing the difference. But anyway.
Oh my God. Okay, please tell me he gets to his point. Does he get to a point? Is he about to get to a point in this video?
What do you think, Dan? What do you
think? I don't know. Just keep it playing.
He is on his point. He's cooking right here.
He's stop. Don't say he's cooking.
Completely. So everything we observe about who we are and where we're going is simply programmed into our brain that even has to give us the illusion we are thinking it.
I'm going to skip ahead because
inorganic, non-living material can
oh my God.
And his salvation through his son in order to make their belief.
Oh shit, he evangelizes? Zah, you didn't tell me he was going to evangelize. Wait, back it up. We got to get to that.
Always more advanced than us. Always more moral, more altruistic.
Okay, yeah.
And they'll come here someday to teach us how to become saved from ourselves.
Come on, Brad, give me the
their
goods.
Superior knowledge, wisdom, and gifts to us, where someday mankind will lie down with the lion and the lamb, and all will be redeemed.
Wait, what?
In other words, atheists have to mimic and counterfeit the reality that is God's revelation to man and his salvation through his son in order to make their belief system coherent, livable, purposeful, and meaningful.
Basically, he's doing atheist copy from Christianity.
First of all, you need salvation, sir, for the sins you committed of bad fucking comedy. Holy shit, what a waste of my fucking time you are. What a waste of fucking camera footage you are. Like file size space. You took up space on a fucking computer somewhere in YouTube servers, and YouTube is lesser for that. Holy shit, dude. You are so fucking cooked. I don't think you've ever like intentionally made like a real funny joke in your life at this point. I have reviewed your professional career, sir. I've seen your highlight reel on your acting credits, okay? There is no way you think that you're as hot shit as you think you are to come into my fucking house on my computer and tell me how to live my fucking life. Fuck you, Brad Stein. You don't know shit about fuck. The fuck you know about being a good person? What the fuck?
I like Hollywood's comment.
Yeah.
This gets right to the point. Who likes being spoken to like this? Like, even if he were correct, who likes this kind of condescending bullshit attitude? Oh, you guys think that
Yeah, you know, Zod, I wanted to finish this, but now I don't. Because it's terrible. It's so bad. God.
You know what this basically is? it's one of those comments that every atheist YouTuber gets that's like this long, barely broken into paragraphs, and just rambles through. It rambles through everything from everything exploded from nothing to your morality to you don't even have a basis for. This guy doesn't even get the most basic principle of neuroscience or how brains work.
No.
Because he says that if your brain is just programming, that's the illusion of thought. No, your brain being programmed is thought. Like that's what thinking is your brain is wired a certain way and thought emerges from
Listen,
that.
his undergirts, he couldn't undergird that. All right. It was outside of his undergirding. But yeah, you're right. He's just a long, angry YouTube comment in human form, I think. I think a magician once cursed the earth and maybe cursed a woman and said, you will give birth to a heinous creation of mankind and he will wreck comedy and Christianity in one fatal swoop. And that man that was born that day was Brad Stein, ladies and gentlemen. That was a dark day in human history.
I like to think that this was a Greek prophecy thing, kind of like Oedipus or something.
Yeah.
Like somebody prophesied that she would give birth to something like Brad Stein, and she tried to avoid the prophecy, and in avoiding it, in trying to avoid it, she actually fulfilled
Brad
it.
Stein.
And at some point, Brad Stein comes out in the hospital, and she's like, no!
Yeah. He's born with that stupid hair. He's got a stupid...
He had that suit on.
He's got a suit on, dude. Oh, man.
By the way, Miranda, I believe this is patron Miranda, who's been with us a long, long time, finally able to catch us live. If that's you, thank you for saying hi. I really appreciate that.
We didn't get to this, but you told me this. I don't know where you got this from, Zod, but apparently Brad Stein's actual last name or original last name, I don't know if he changed it.
No, this is fake. This is fake.
That's fake? Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
fake? I thought that was real.
Yeah.
I thought that was real. Okay,
No.
never mind. He's telling me fake news about him being anti-Semitic, so never mind.
He changed his mind because it was too. Never mind. I don't even want to say that.
That's oh man, that's okay. All right, I see what you're cooking. See, that's at least I think funnier than Brad ever came up with in his 68 years on Earth. I think is what Wikipedia said. God, he's so unfunny.
That was,
man,
in all the billions of years of the Earth's existence, that was the 68 longest ones.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, again, how privileged. I'm so lucky, Zod, to like be doing stuff with you and just in YouTube in general, like having a platform. It's so fun. It's so great. And even I know I have to be extremely responsible and careful with the stuff that we put out there, even on the small platform that we have, because like that's important because people will listen to what you have to say and not look it up and just be like, okay, yeah, that checks out. Brad Stein does not give a fuck about any of that. He's just like, this was what I think is true, and I'm just gonna stay that way for the next couple decades of my life and never change. Like, why would you want to? Nobody who wants to be that person, honestly. Who's looking up to this guy and is saying, yeah, this guy gets it. Like, I don't know.
And there's no excuse for being that wrong for any amount of time.
Yeah.
Like the things he's wrong about are wrong on such a basic level. The things about the Big Bang or any of that stuff, attend even a high school class and you'll know better than that. The Founding Fathers thing, understand even the most basic context of what somebody's means.
Yeah.
Or don't try to like go out of your way to misconstrue it in the most stupid way possible. Like there's no excuse for even getting the glimpse of this idea in your head, much less holding on to it and making it part of your material for years and years and years.
Yeah. Anyway.
And he has the audacity to think he's being persecuted. And he, with the career he had, all the movies he's been in, all the comedy shows he's done, he doesn't think he got a big enough piece of the pie because he's a Christian.
Yeah.
I'm fucking sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had, my whole thing has just been a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
I have almost 60,000 subscribers. That's a pretty small thing in the big picture. It's more than I ever thought I'd get, but I'm really happy for that. That's a big thing. That's more than your average person is going to go out and do. And I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here whining in the corner because I should have a sitcom if only people would let atheists in the door.
Dude, you're so right.
Even aside from the fact that it's how wrong it is and the fact that being a Christian is almost a prerequisite for participation in our society.
Yeah.
No matter what side of anything you're on, that kind of whiny horse shit is just uncalled for. And it's
true. How many working class actors, first of all, most actors are working class, right? Who like go out in the daily grind and then do a night shoot for a commercial or, you know, some other shit just so they can have a fucking chance, that are like infinitely more talented than this guy. And this guy got to actually be in fucking movies. Like, he actually got to be in film. So many people don't even make it that far. Like, yeah, they're shitty B movies, but at least people who are in them like fucking try. Like, he's just doing some weird, unfunny bits, like copying other comedians and stuff. Like, fuck you, dude. You obviously got those because you had connections. It wasn't because you were fucking talented. Nobody gives a fuck about your career. Nobody's watching your fucking YouTube channel. And you know what? That's good. Good, because the least society can do is forget about fucking people like you. Seriously, you just, everything you've contributed in your life, in your career, has been for naught. It's like, it's not actually helping people. If anything, you have actively made the world worse. Like, I have no patience or sympathy for you, Brad. Like, you've had every opportunity to change or to talk to people or to, God, just fucking listen. But you have absolutely shown no sides of that. So I award you no points. Good day, sir.
Yeah. And yeah, basically what you said about all the working actors who are grinding away to get anything.
Yeah.
He cut in line in front of all of them with no talent at all.
Yeah.
Just by virtue signaling. And then he has the audacity to say that his virtue signaling that got him all these opportunities was basically what kept him from getting more. It's gross. And anyway.
Yeah. Well,
I think we've said what we need to say.
I think so.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I really appreciate it. We got a lot of super chats tonight. I really appreciate that. We really didn't need to make up the ad revenue or anything like that. So I hope we didn't come off as begging, but I do appreciate it. This was a fun one because Brad is terrible and it was fun to talk about him.
Yeah.
And I always like watching Dan get fired up, and then that gets my juices flowing.
Dude, I don't know what you did to me last week, but something awakened inside of me. Like, I don't know. I could not stop like looking up clips with this guy and like just finding more facts. Like, he really is. Brad, you know what? I'm going to take one thing back. You did contribute meaningfully. You made me laugh so fucking hard tonight. Seriously, like, your life is so fucking funny to read about and make bits about. And so, you know, at least there was some comedy that came out of what you did. So congratulations. I wish you weren't such a piece of shit. I wish I could say something nice about you, but everything you do is so vitriolic and just so not good for anyone. It's hard to find redeeming qualities. I usually try to find the best in people, Brad, but you haven't really shown that to me in any way whatsoever. So, you know, I think that's good to end it.
Yeah. My final thought in all this is, and then we'll cut to our closing card unless you have something else. I think he did get a lot out of life. He got way more than he deserved.
Yeah.
But as somebody who takes a lot of pride in everything I put on the internet, every video I make, I spend a ton of time scripting. I spend at least 2 weeks of working on my lunch breaks and evenings, scripting all my videos, because I want what I say to mean something. And I want to look back at my work, even if it only gets tens of thousands of views or whatever. I want to look back and be proud of what I did. He deep down somewhere inside has to know that what he's saying is either stupid or he's taking some kind of mental shortcut. I don't know how somebody can't have the sense to know that. And no matter what he's gotten out of life, whatever ill-gotten gains he's gotten, I feel like, and at least I hope, when he's lying on his deathbed, he looks back and realizes it's all empty, vapid nonsense, and it's totally unfulfilling.
Oh, shit. Well, at least when he's dead, we can make fun of him more, right, son? So, you know, there's
yeah, if he's this stupid now, think of how stupid his
wait till
he's dead.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
All right, good night, everybody.
Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata. Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón, a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue, la casa de la bachata. La, 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 la casa del merengue. La, 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 y la casa de la bachata.